This is the Dstry.MNL Podcast. Hello, Carl.
Episode 5. Hello, JC. Medyo puyat-puyat pa from last night. That's all good. Recently, we were invited to participate sa online, sa Phoner. Sa Phoner
Phoner
press
ng
conference
One Championship.
for One Championship, the upcoming Immortal Pursuit sa Singapore, which is Ben Askren's retirement fight.
Yeah, interesting. At 33, retiring.
Early daw. May mahaba siyang interview about why he's retiring sa MMA fighting, if you guys want to check it out. But basically, he says people should know when to retire, and he thinks na in combat sports, a lot of people don't know just when to fold it, and they just take losses, and they just get more damage to their head and their body until parang basta madalas too late na daw.
Yeah, at concussions and all after fighting for so long. Bagay, he has a point.
Big point. Tapos sabi nga niya kasi very selfish ang profession ng fighting. It's all about you. So sabi niya daw sa misis niya, okay, kakapunan na natin to, magtuturo na lang akong wrestling. Interestingly enough, he chose Shinya Aoki for his retirement.
I don't know why. Magkaiba naman sila ng division.
Maliit si Shinya,
Oo
syempre. But yun, there you go. He's fighting his evolved teammate. And the rest of the card na confirm pa lang is si Angela Lee and May Yamaguchi for a rematch sa strawweight na title. So we have that recording. We talked to Shinya Aoki and we have that recording. We'll play it later. Basically, we asked him about his what his thoughts are on fighting Ben. So we look forward to that. Hopefully, kung papalain.
Sana we can get a longer interview.
Yun din.
Longer interview with Ben and Shinya,
who's one of the best Asian fighters. So, forward lang kayo. We'll indicate the time kung nasaan yung audio interview mismo ni Shinya.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by and welcome to One Immortal Pursuit Global Conference Call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. There will be a presentation followed by a question-and-answer session, at which time, if you wish to ask a question, you will need to press star 1 on your telephone. I must advise you that this call is being recorded today, 14th of September 2017. I would now like to hand the conference over to your first speaker today, Mr. Lauren Mack. Thank you, and please go ahead.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the One Immortal Pursuit Global Conference Call. If everyone is settled on the call and there are no technical issues, let's get right into it. I would like to introduce myself as One Championship Vice President of Public Relations and Communications, Lauren Mack. Good morning to all calling in from Asia and for those calling in from the United States and around the world, good evening. On November 24th, One Championship returns home to Singapore, and we have some of the sport's biggest stars competing on just a single night for One Immortal Pursuit. Joining us in this conference today are One Championship athletes, reigning One Women's Atomweight World Champion, Angela Unstoppable Lee of Singapore, as well as the challenger, May BB Yamaguchi of Tokyo, Japan. Reigning One Welterweight World Champion, Ben Funky Aspen of the United States, and legendary Japanese martial artist, the former One Lightweight World Champion, Shinya Judan Aoki. Last but certainly not least, on the call is Chairman and CEO of One Championship, Chatri Sityoelm. Chatri, over to you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us on this conference call. We're super excited to announce Angela Lee versus May Yamaguchi number 2, which was arguably one of the greatest fights in the history of women's MMA. And also Ben Askren versus Shinya Aoki, which will be Ben's last fight, his retirement fight, against the legendary Japanese grappler Shinya. So we're really excited to have everybody on the call, and without further ado, we'll jump right into it, into Q&A with our athletes or myself.
Before we do the Q&A, can we just have May Yamaguchi followed by Angela and Shinya and Ben with a few opening remarks? May, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, this is May. I'm so happy to have this ability to fight in Singapore again. Thank you for giving me this chance. The first title match in last year, it was a non-stop moving 4 or 5 rounds, and it seems the audience loved that, so I'm pretty happy about it. The feeling of challenging for the one Women's Atom World Championship again is really exciting, and at the same time, I know that we're going to exchange a lot of punches and a lot of technique in ground, so it's going to be tiring, but I want to enjoy it, and I want the audience to enjoy it too. My training is going well so far. I'm training in a good balance of boxing, jiu-jitsu, and MMA. I think the champion, Angela Lee, is becoming a total fighter by watching previous fight. So in next title match, I want my fans to expect a lot of moves, not only in the ground, but on the feet too. We don't need decision. We're looking for a clear finish. I'm going to win. I'm going to win this fight and show that everyone has possibilities to achieve a certain level if we didn't stop challenging. Angela Lee, I'm so ready for this fight. I'll see you in the cage.
Next fighter, Angela Lee, please.
Angela Lee.
Hi everyone, it's Angela here. I can't wait to be back in the One Championship cage. I'm very excited to finish this year with a bang, and what better way to do that than with a rematch with May in Singapore. My training has been better than ever. I'm always constantly improving in all areas. Our first fight, May and I, it was one of the best fights of the year, and this rematch will be no different. It's definitely going to bring fans to their feet, and this time around for the rematch, May and I know we've both been training hard to improve, and I'm really looking forward to meeting her again inside of the cage. Like May said, I doubt this will go to a 5-round decision. I think that we're both looking to finish, and I think I've had a lot more experience now. This will be my 3rd title defense, and very excited to retain the belt once again here in Singapore. Thank you.
The next.
Let's go with.
We have the next.
Let's go with Ben Askren.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ben Askren. I am super pumped to make a quick turnaround. Obviously, I just had my most recent title defense on September 2nd in Shanghai, where I successfully defeated Sebastian Canisium. And the very next day, one offered me a fight against Shinya Aoki, who's a legend in the sport, a former one champion. And obviously, I accepted immediately, and then I let them know that this would in fact be my retirement fight. I've had this date set out in stone, being the end of 2017 for a long time. It feels really good to have gotten 3 fights in, and it's going to feel really good to close out my career against the legend in Shinya Aoki. So I am very much looking forward to November 24th.
Great. Yeah, so it's Shinya's turn.
Okay. 青木さんお願いします。青木さんすみません、ちょっと声が聞こえないので大きめの声でお願いできますか。
僕のチャレンジとって一番大きなチャレンジになると思います。なので試合まであと2ヶ月ありますけど、集中していい状態で試合をしたいなと思います。お願いします。
はい。This bout against Ben Askren is going to be the biggest match in my career. So
there's 2 months more left, but I'm gonna concentrate, focus, and get ready for this big match against Ben Askren.
Next question is from Carl De Mesa of Dstry.MNL Podcast. Please ask your question.
Hello, this is for Shinya Aoki. Please talk to us about possibly sending Ben out into the sunset with his first loss ever. And how do you stack up, you think, against his grappling pedigree?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Oh, sorry. Can you tell us your thoughts about possibly sending Ben out with one loss, his first loss ever? And how does he stack up against Ben's grappling skills?
OK、青木選手、今回のベンとの、戦いなんですけども、初めて彼に土をつけるそれに臨んでいると思うんですけども、どのようにそれをするかというのと、彼のそのグラウンドゲーム、グラップリングに対してどのようにこう対抗していこうという考えがありますか？
試合を見ればすごくわかると思うんですけど、展開がとにかく動きをいっぱい作りたいなと思ってます。お願いします。
青木選手、すみません、もう一度お願いしますか。
とにかく動きを大きく作った試合をしたいなと思ってます。
はい、わかりました。Shinya said, well, if you look at the match, it's pretty obvious, but what he's gonna try to do is he's just gonna move a lot and move big and dynamically. And that's what he's gonna focus on against the fight against Ben Askren.
Let's talk about last night, which
Yeah.
was pretty much a revelation. Sabihin mo kung nasan tayo.
We were at the Blaze Fighting Championship 3 sa Resorts World Plaza
Casino!
Casino.
Di pa kami nagsugal.
Hindi kami nagsugal. Pero interesting enough, trivia for Blaze, it was originally a bar fights promotion.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be done inside regular bars.
Regular bar. Oh.
They're now in Resorts World Manila.
No, that level up.
Yeah.
Diba? The first fight was pretty, it's a revelation. Nagising ako bigla. Especially since sabi mo nga afterwards na si Mark B and his opponent, yung opponent niya, sorry, what is his name? EE?
Yeah.
EE.
Willie EE.
Willie EE from UGB, right?
Yeah, UGB MMA.
He took the fight on a few hours notice kasi
His Mark
si Rolly
B's
Tomas,
Rolly De Tomas was missing in action.
he just pulled out of the fight. Diba?
Yeah.
So that was the first fight kasi nga nagising ako sabi mga grappler versus striker to. And yet si EE finished the fight with a triangle. Good for him.
Yeah. And actually, we were... well, I was wrong about my impressions of the fighters. I thought Mark B was the grappler and Willie E was the striker. Apparently, baliktad.
underrated daw yung ground game niya.
Yeah, mga underrated. This is
Meron
back.
other interesting fights naman.
Yeah.
Pretty much a good bout. Like, I really enjoyed yung kay Jonathan Veluz and Carl Philip Boradilla.
Yeah.
Which was a weird setup actually. Independent si Bobadilla.
Yeah.
Tapos galing Vietnam, si Veluz, he was very how do you say this? He was very active.
Yeah, he was very jumpy.
Very jumpy and very entertaining because he was dancing a lot to EDM. And he was wearing, we commented on this, no? He
Yeah.
was wearing basketball shorts na
for
parang pinikapan lang, di ba?
parang he went there not exactly ready, but apparently that was not the case.
Yeah, grabe. He's a fighting pastor. Tama ba? That's what he was billing himself as.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm wondering about how he reconciles beating up people with his faith.
It's gonna be weird. I mean, he as far as I know, he's one of like the senior pastors in a church in Vietnam.
So he is Vietnamese.
He's Filipino,
Okay.
but he's based in Vietnam. I guess there's.
Oh, he's Filipino, but he's okay. Cool. That was nice. He got the finish, which si Bobadilla did not seem like he at all. It seemed like he had just gotten off the couch eating. But it's a
Yeah.
good thing that ended quickly. Let's go to the next one, which was very notable for me. The first fight ng Team MAD from Busan, South Korea.
Yeah, the
Featured Ko
featherweight
Hyun-woo.
fight.
Yeah, the featherweight fight, Ko Hyun-woo versus Ruben Arnaldo. Oh my God, grappling.
Grabe, sobrang high level ng grappling.
You could see how the difference in technique really spells victory in the cage. Parang it was just smothering si Arnaldo, who is from Yaoyan, Campilan, right?
Yeah. Yaoyan Campilan. More of they were very dangerous strikers, at least the people from that team.
He did try, I think, to implement his striking at the start.
Yeah.
Though.
At ang ganda ng game plan ni ang kalaban niya.
Yeah. Sabi nga sa'yo, my impression of that fight was, it's not like si Arnaldo did not have a ground game. It's just that malayo lang talaga yung skill ng Korean.
Oo nga eh. I think malayo is an understatement kasi sobrang layo.
Sobrang layo. Parang, hindi tayo magka-level, dude. Parang ganun lang talaga. He's tall and rangy, for a featherweight.
Tall for a featherweight, while Ruben Arnaldo looks huge for a featherweight.
Yeah, he is.
I actually thought he was a lightweight.
He could be.
Yeah. Gonna want to fight again. We'll need to make sure na yung ground game better next.
I agree. It's like parang hindi niya in-study yung kalaban niya well, and definitely mababalik na siya sa drawing board because mahiya na siya. It's like, what the hell just happened there? I didn't even damage him at all. Talaga yan, the Korean walked away without any
Yeah, walang injuries.
Yeah. Both of the Koreans, diba?
Yeah, both of the Koreans, yeah.
Yeah. We were able to talk nga with the Koreans, si Ko Hyun-woo, and the main event guy, si Young Jun-jun. Listen for that later. We also talked to the in Korea 1 Team MAD's head coach and founder.
So yeah, we will let you hear the whole interview later on in the
with much difficulty.
Yeah.
Because of the language barrier. Good thing we discovered na merong translator on hand naman.
Luckily, there was this guy who lent a hand. Otherwise, we would not have known how to interview.
Swerte nga eh. And they didn't really speak much English, no,
Yeah.
aside from very
Very
shallow
little.
conversation. Oo. Anong palagay mo dun sa co-main? That was an interesting one. Kasi nga sabi ko sa'yo, mukhang medyo rich kid, high class tong si Joe Vincent So.
Yeah.
As opposed to his opponent, si John Pinakay, but apparently
not,
tough guys.
Yeah. Well, actually, tough guys. That team takes in fighters. Well, you don't exactly need to pay for their training to get in. So that probably means either their team's really good or they just really want to help out. So one of the dudes that they helped out really well was Joe Vincent. So his skill was good. Yeah, actually, when I saw him, when I saw him sa weigh-ins, I did not expect that he fought that way. I mean, I've heard that he was good, but
very precise in grappling niya.
Sobra. I think that his team is more of a.
Oh, he just insisted. He totally.
It did not stop until he got the submission.
Yeah, yung constant pressure lang with his jits and his wrestling. I mean, nakakapagod siyang panoorin because of how many times he's just shooting into Hinakay. And si Hinakay was like, I know what you're going to do, but stop it. Diba? Siyempre, tiga Ilorde siya, so he wanted to bang, of course.
Oh, most likely just wanted to box the other guy. Wala, wrestling and jiu-jitsu saved the day yet again.
Exactly.
Yes, for the main event naman, featured Young Jun and Franklin Navarro.
The Korean guy was huge, man.
Yeah, the Korean guy was really huge. I don't think he's a light heavyweight.
Exactly. He really is. Pero he fights at middleweight, diba?
Yeah. Actually, I checked his profile. He started as a heavyweight. Dropped to light, yeah. Actually, another promotion. Then, when he went road, he dropped to light heavyweight from.
Oh, okay.
Started fighting at around like 230 pounds or something. And then
so heavyweight talaga?
Heavyweight talaga. Then he dropped to 205.
Okay.
And
then nag-middleweight siya?
Yeah, and then nag-middleweight and went back to light. Pero grabe, that fight was, I don't know what to call it.
I don't know. It was a mismatch.
Sobrang mismatch.
Ni Jiong eh.
Sobrang for his opponent.
For his opponent, and magaling pa siyang mag-strike, diba? And super confident.
Sobrang confident niya. Tapos, well, yung kalaban niya was confident then, although we saw some no-nos during fights.
Turning your back on somebody who's striking you.
Yeah.
That one. And the classic turning your back on the ground.
Yeah.
Giving up your back
up your back, which is one of the biggest mistakes that you can do for during a fight.
Exactly. Pero, in my opinion, Busan's Team MAD, they are from Busan, so they're pretty tough, and they seem to have one strategy. I mean, strategy in terms of just insist, just put the pressure on your opponent. Parang even their UFC, because Team MAD also houses yung mga UFC standouts from South Korea, like si Stangan Kim, si Korean Superboy, si Duho Choi,
and the other Dongyun Kim.
The other Donghyun Kim. Si may iba siyang may iba siyang fight moniker.
I think Maestro.
Sa Maestro, I think so. Si Korean Superboy Do Ho Choi. Tapos meron silang strawweight na babae, si Ham Seo Hee. Whose fight name is Hamderley Silva.
Yeah. I think she's now fighting in Road FC.
Oh, okay.
After her latest loss late last year. Her UFC actually. She's now fighting sa Road FC.
That's great. Galing nung fighters.
Pero grabe yung team nila.
Indication. Yeah, grabe yung team nila. It looks like they're pretty well funded. Looks like they have just a team that has their shit together, diba?
Looks like they obviously have a very complete camp when they train.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is...
I would like to see that light heavyweight go up against Mokharov nga.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Anyway, we have interviews with the two fighters and the head coach and founder, si Mr. Song Hoon Yang.
Mr. Yang.
Si Mr. Yang, who is an amazing coach, judging from the fighters he has under his wing, diba?
He's
apparently also has 50 active fighters.
Yeah. At least 50 all around Korea.
All around Korea, yeah, exactly. Kailangan na nang pupunta tayong train to Busan for interview those people.
We'd love to see how they actually train.
Oo, just to see yung first class kind of training, di ba? Mangyayari sana kapag wala kang ibang ginagawa kundi nagtitrain. How is it?
Yung during the training itself, very well funded, wala ka nang problema. Work your ass off, magturo pa, go full-time train. Like yun nga, unfortunately, other fighters
Kailangan may trabaho.
Kailangan may trabaho.
That's great. So I enjoyed that. Hopefully this does more, gets better.
Yeah, I think all these promotions, the only way that they go, pag if they can sustain
their
promotions, if their momentum is to get better.
Tama. Hopefully we get what we need. I mean, the small mistakes, the tips for improvement are taken to heart. Like maybe a list of the winners and losers towards the end of the event. That would be very useful for people like us, for analysts. Yun. Tapos mga live video, sana meron talagang nakikitang kung anong round na sa video. So for archiving purposes, madaling makita.
And yeah, I think yung replays din, they very much need that. The
replays during the event. Exactly.
During the event, lalo na pag may mga medyo questionable na tawag.
Exactly. Would be para walang controversy.
Yeah. And that goes for all the promotion.
We're here at Dstry.MNL, Young Johnson. He just won his debut at BlazeFC. How do you feel? 기분이 어떠세요?
진짜 여기 필리핀을 처음 와봤는데 이렇게 영광스러운 BFC 대회에서 승리를 맛보게 되면 정말 기분이 좋습니다. 황홀합니다.
This is the first time that I'm visiting in Philippines. I'm honored. I'm fighting BFC with Glorious, and I'm feeling very gracious and happy to get the W. Did you see the knockout coming? How did you feel? Did you feel confident inside the cage? 자신감 가지고 들어가셨습니까?
네, 매번 항상 자신감 없으면은 이게 남자가 아니죠. 남자는 자신감 그런 마음으로 임했습니다.
What was
was the game plan coming into the fight? Was there anything that changed when you were there with your opponent?
처음에 게임 플랜이 뭐였고 상대를 만나서 게임 플랜을 대단히 준비하고 있습니다.
처음에는 일단은 필리핀이 이제 복싱이 되게 강국이라 가지고 주먹 부분을 좀 조심해서 운영을 임했고 실제로 보니 키가 많이 작아가지고 저도 좀 더 자세를 낮춰서 같이 맞받아치자 이런 작전이 임했는데 그게 다행히 먹혔습니다.
Now that you've gotten your first fight here, where do you think you go? Is this like stack up against your BlazeFC victories? How do you think you do in future fights?
일단 두 개의 단체가 너무 색깔이 달라가지고 뭐 제가 감히 비교할 수는 없지만 이제 로드FC에서 승리를 맛본 것과 여기에 맛본 것과 정말 그냥 두 개 다 최고입니다.
Anybody you'd like to thank?
이제 인터뷰가 한국까지 닿을지는 모르겠는데 유튜브를 통해서 아마 갈 건데 항상 뭐 이 자리에 있던 부모님한테 감사를 제일 처음에 드리고요. 그리고 저희 팀매드 감독님 그리고 이제 여자친구 저를 그리고 응원해주시는 모든 분 그리고 여기 필리핀에까지 같이 오셔서 고생해주신 저희 양민희 대표님까지 정말 감사드립니다.
Hi, we're here. Dstry.MNL BlazeFC calling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How was your debut? Good. Your thoughts on your win? Your thoughts on your win?
승리에 약간 생각했어요. 일단은 필리핀에 처음 왔는데 와서 이겨서 너무 기쁘고 그리고 팬분들이 너무 응원을 많이 해주셔가지고 정말 기분이 좋았어요.
Your grappling seemed very high level.
Thank you.
How did you train for this fight?
그래플링 레벨이 높은데 이 경기를 위해서 어떻게 준비를 하고 있습니다.
You work on your striking or more on your gun?
저는 타격을 많이 준비했어요.
저는 딱히 어디 한쪽에 치우치는 게 아니고 타격이랑 그라운드 다 골고루 연습을 하는데 이번에는 상대가 좀 타격이 좋은 것 같아서 이번에는 특별히 그라운드로 가는 전략을 펴봤습니다.
Hello sir, please state your name and your designation in Team Korea 1 for the record.
저 팀매드 파운더 양성훈이라고 합니다.
Sir, your fighters did very well in the fight. How do you think the future is for Korea 1, especially in Blaze?
저희가 선수가 지금 50명이 있습니다. 그래서 일단 여기 너무 좋고요. 필리핀 너무 좋고 자주 참가할 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다.
So your 50 fighters, did some of them used to fight for the URCC and they're now transferring to Blaze?
혹시 50명 중에 URCC나 필리핀 경기에서 싸운 선수들이 있습니다.
필리핀은 이번에 처음 왔습니다. 저희 팀매드에서 처음 왔습니다.
First visit in Philippines for Team MAD.
Exclusively for Blaze. Are they under contract for just for Blaze or are they fighting in other Filipino organizations?
어떤 계약을 하고 오신 겁니까? 다른 필리핀 단체랑?
에이전트 분이 해주셔가지고.
Yeah, basically there are no contract. They are free agents all the time. And actually, for the record, it's like they are all free. We don't bind them with a contract. We don't like that. Free agents fight. They come in. Yeah, you saw their fight. Yeah, I mean way bigger. I mean it's
yeah, they are.
And they supposed not to come here. The boys needs it's too much. It's not fair. Our fight was not fair. We didn't know. We didn't do it on purpose. We didn't do it on purpose. Yeah. I thought they are good. Because in the picture,
yes,
body,
yeah.
Wow, and the main event, the guy supposed to fight Russia. Russia?
Yeah.
Mosharov? Yeah.
Was it supposed to be Oscar Mosharov?
Russian guy.
With the neck tattoos.
Yeah. He was looking scary, but
changed.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Last question, sir. How do you think your fighters will do from now on in terms of just now that you've seen Blaze? Will you go for other? What kind of fights would you like to make for your fighters?
앞으로 그냥 필리핀에서
Yeah, now that he's seen Blaze.
Blaze.
Yeah.
This organization.
Yeah, this organization. Is he going to look for fights in other organizations that will hopefully challenge his fighters?
오늘 보신 이 블레이즈라는 단체에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시고 앞으로도 예를 들어서 다른 단체에서 축전 제의가 들어오면 응할 생각 있습니까?
네, 너무 응원하고 있습니다. 네, 선수들이 많이 있어서
블레이즈라는 단체에 대한
네, 너무 좋은 것 같고 배우도 좋고 해서 전 세계 많이 나오고 있지만 필리핀을 주로 많이 나오고 있습니다.
Yes, the Blaze treated them very well, and he likes it. Likes this organization very much. And his fighters are going all over the world, but he loves to fight in Philippines, close and very kind. People are nice, very kind. So he wants to visit Philippines many more times.
So you'll stay here, coach. You'll stay here eventually.
I want to.
He wants to stay.
Go Philippines.
Thank you so much, coach. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oo nga
Alright.
pala. We were at URCC BETS the last time.
Oh yeah,
And
exactly.
We got to cover that. URCC BETS3, where T-Rex Zamboanga won the title against T-Rex Delara. So there are two
Another
T-Rexes.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and some notable fights there was Lady Boxer, Ariel the Lady Boxer
yeah.
Oliveros.
So he's not transgender. He's queer.
He's queer, yes.
Okay.
He's a member of the LGBT community who apparently started training because people were bullying him for what he was, or for what
Oh, getting bullied.
is, yeah.
Okay.
And turning out to be a really, really dominant MMA fighter.
That's cool.
Hooray
for diversity. Meron din ganyan marami-raming ganyan sa Thailand, and I think they have their own parang union or something. Mga lady boxer talaga sila, so they're medyo transgender.
Well, next year I heard there's gonna be a league for the LGBT community, exclusively.
Wow.
Or in the Philippines.
Wow. Cool. Hooray for diversity.
Sobrang hooray for diversity. Those fighters who are wanting to come out at least can still be fighters.
Pwede na. Oh, pwede na. That's awesome. Explain briefly, URCC BETS is not part of the normal URCC numbering events, right?
The URCC BETS is, it's a new thing that they started. It's on its third installment. And what they do there is, it's pretty much they hold. It's kind of like the UFC fight nights, but it's not televised. People are betting before the fights.
Yeah.
The reason
So
why
kaya
it's called bets. Yeah. They hold it in a casino, and then people choose which corner they want to bet for, blue or red, and then once the bets are in, all the bets are in.
Tsaka mag-start yung Cool. Ayos Tapos yung portion ng bets nung pot is given to the winning fighter. Ganyan.
That I'm not sure. I will have to clarify that with them.
URCC. Okay.
Some kind of at least win bonus.
Exactly. Kahit 10% man lang. It'd be nice.
Oh yeah, nga pala sa URCC BETS there were two Korean guys who debuted. Moon Sung Gyu and Lee Min Hyuk.
But not from Team MAD.
Team Korea 1. They were
Team Korea 1 din. Okay. Team MAD basically is under Team Korea 1, right?
That's what I know, yeah. And for the first Korean fighter was who fought Roel Rio, was very dominant. He knocked Roel Rio out in the first round. Roel Rio was wild during.
It was wild.
Yeah, he
Talaga.
got kind of angry with the result. He thought that it was early stoppage.
Oh, yun yung controversy.
Only to find out na he actually got knocked out. On second hit,
Lights out talaga.
lights out talaga on the second hit, nagising siya.
Ang bilis lang niyang nag-recover siguro.
Ang bilis niya
Parang,
nag-recover.
Anong nangyayari?
And then, nagwawala siya. Sinusugod niya pa yung kabila. Ay, yung Korean opponent niya.
Kabilang ano.
He said he can still fight, but a knockout's a knockout. Sorry.
Yeah.
And,
yan usual yung mga replay. So,
yeah.
Para makita mismo ng fighter. Oh, I got knocked out.
They played it for a couple of times to prove to him na
that's good.
The other Korean guy was part of the co-main event. But Jana Dahar recently URCC 30.
Yeah.
So but Lee Min Hyuk also of Team Korea 1. This was another controversial fight because Lee Min Hyuk was early on in the fight. Lee Min Hyuk was complaining about a low blow that they also reviewed the video. Wala namang nakitang ano. It was the hit was inside from inside the legs. Hindi naman talaga tumama sa malayo siya sa groin. So the fight was suspended for a few minutes to kind of help him recover. Kahit na, I don't know.
Pero kung wala namang ano, dapat hindi siya inanaw mag-recover, di ba?
He was rolling in pain daw.
In pain kasi. Okay.
Sabi niya, if you would have seen the video, talagang malayo eh.
Okay.
After the fight, they didn't really compete. So I guess they accepted the fact that it really was a clean call.
A low blow.
Not a low blow.
Okay. Pero dapat, kahit naghihimatay na siya dyan, pasikot-sikot na siya. Dapat tinuloy na yung fight, so that would have been over, right? Okay.
So they gave him time to supposedly rest. And it happened again.
It happened again. Okay. Pero hindi rin low blow.
Hindi rin talaga low blow.
So nag-iinarte.
Parang ganun ang nangyari. Parang nag-iinarte siya.
Oh no.
We can't really say that for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, the video can speak for itself. Wala namang malinaw sa video yung angle. Wala namang wala namang nagpapakita na was really a low blow. Kasi maganda yung angles nila
Hopefully things that get resolved in the future na wala namang low blow, laban kayo ulit. Right. Kumusta yung other than the main event and those fights? Okay. Ano ba yung ibang notable dun?
Another notable was si Pepito Duterte Masangkay of yeah.
Okay.
He was the Fight Farm series alumni. Yeah.
Alumni siya ng AFC.
Alumni, yeah. And he went head to head with Oyo Cruz of Hitman MMA. He looked like he was just there to survive.
Oh, okay. He never got his game plan on.
Yeah, okay. Mukhang he was hardly even striking. Parang he was just dodging.
Okay.
Well, he was dodging well, but he wasn't really striking.
Hindi siya lumalaban. Okay.
Yeah. And it ended via round 3 KO. The ground and pound na ni Duterte si Cruz. Well, yeah, the ref just decided, hey, you're not doing anything. Let's stop the fight. It was a weird. It was a weird fight in my perspective because we're in the ring, in the cage, not really doing anything. I don't know what's going on. I would want to hear Cruz's side to find out what happened there. I mean, he froze. He pretty much froze like ice pop there. And yeah, the last notable fight. Yeah, the last notable fight was between Arvin Asentado-chan and Paulo Almendrala. It was Paulo Almendrala's MMA debut. Well, the fight was stopped at 48 seconds of the first round via verbal tap.
Oh, wow! First round.
He was, I don't know. He's for some reason
like
his hands were just not moving. He was trying to block the punches pero parang wala nang lakas.
So wala, he just crumbled. Well, hopefully he does get another chance. So baka pagandahin mo na niya yung conditioning niya.
You have to see more of him and more of the notable fighters.
Cool.
Especially the lady boxer.
Yeah. Sounds like at the very least may mga gandang finishes dun sa bets.
Yeah, and then we can see with these events, we get to see the misses, the improvements with local MMA.
Yeah, yung arc ng improvement nila is very noticeable, di ba? Especially with Blaze na bagong fight promo and very much in keeping with let's learn from the mistakes of the other leagues.
Yeah.
And let's not repeat them. It's awesome. I hope they listen to the interviews.
Yeah, I hope you listen to the interviews. Very interesting. And thank you for continuing to listen to us.
To our idiotic ramblings.
Yeah.
Hello, future sponsors. We need lots of things. We're open. Talk to us.
And talk to us. Check out our Facebook page. And
we will send one of our secret agents to you.